Hi, welcome to your morning standing sequence. We'll be working on pretty much all the movements of the spine, especially into the pelvis and the hips, kind of an overall sequence to start off your day. So we'll start off, the props. I've got a chair. You could also have a block or two if you have those. And I have a tennis ball. Actually, I have 2 lacrosse balls and a sock, but whatever feels good to you. So we're going to pick which foot to start with. Start off lightly rolling. And then you can put a little more pressure in. And if there's any special techniques you want to try, maybe heel down and massage under the ball of your foot. And then ball the foot down, get around the heel. All right, and then I really like this one where you just go around in a circle and see if you can get some rotation kind of for your knee and your hip, and then go over the toes about 3 times each way, and then we're going in the other way, around over the toes, other way, toes tucked under. Nice range of motion there. And then other foot with the tennis ball, lightly at first. Apply a little more pressure. And heel down, ball of the foot. Ball the foot down, get your heel. Okay. So now that we have our foundation, our feet, we can work into the spine with some twists. So soften your knees. First option, inhale left, exhale right. I like to lift my opposite heel, so as I go right, I'm lifting the left heel, and so on. If you want a little more, energizing, if this is your morning sequence, inhale, bend your knees, exhale, twist left, inhale, bend your knees, exhale, right. So energizing breaths. Let your arms hit your body, and then a little bit of wake up for your heart. Tap through your heart. And then actually, that one, your hips are more square. And then back to the arms. And we hold it on each side, so twist right hand on your hip, left arm reaches, left heel lifts. Exhale, twist from your belly. Inhale, middle. Left hand on your hip, right arm reaches, right heel might lift. Exhale, squeeze, twist. Shake it out. Tap your body real quick. Get your arm and top of the arm, head, leg. You might have to lean by your chair. Get your foot. Tap the top and bottom of your other arm. Leg, foot is so good for you. And then hip circles. So we start small ones. Kind of tilt your pelvis. Really good for the low back. Exhale as you go forward. Inhale back. Okay, 2 more. And other direction. Doing it, I think we did around 6. So 5 more. Try to coordinate your breath. Okay, and then we're going to go the other way again, but moving more from the spine. So inhale, exhale, lean a little more forward. Inhale, lean a little tiny bit back. Two more. Last one. Other way. And you don't want to go so low you get lightheaded, so make sure it feels okay for you. You don't want to strain your lower back. This is supposed to feel good for the lower back. think we're at the last two. Okay, shake it out. You can that tennis ball thing and the massage tool is there. You can always work it again. Okay. So I meant to start with this, but better late than never. Little breathing action. So soften the knees, inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Last one. And let's just do a quick little arm warm up. So big circle with one arm, big circle with the other arm. And see, I'm kind of testing my balance by lifting. Right arm, right heel, left arm, left heel. We'll do one more on each side. Okay, good. Now, a little shake out. All right, into the hip flexors. So we're gonna find chair pose first. So you got your hands on the chair just to feel your balance as you come to chair. Arms forwards, maybe a little bit up. Feel like you're squeezing something between the hands. If you want to test your balance, you could actually lift your heel or lift your knee, hands at the heart, and then you could step back or just use your chair to step back. I want to be a little close to the chair for support. So hip width apart, feet, and you want those back toes to turn a bit forwards. Okay, front knee over the front ankle. And hopefully if you engage this left glute, hopefully you're feeling a little hip flexor stretch. And what I like to add on, so I'll lift the left arm. And I'm just going to lean a little bit. My left arm is a little backwards and to the right. And this helps open the psoas here. And then you could add on by just lifting both arms, or I like to actually take my right hand to my left elbow and get a little stretch. If you're more forward, that's fine. Just get a nice stretch. Still feel a kind of rooting down of the left foot. Okay, and then we're going to lift the arms and hands on your chair. We're going to straighten. Actually, first, before we straighten the front leg, we're going to get a calf stretch again. So back heel goes farther back. You might have to lean onto your chair to feel that. For me, I've got to kind of bend my front knee more. And then you can adjust your back foot so the toes are more out, but straighten the front leg. So this is a nice hamstring stretch. So inhale, lengthen. And then keep this front leg relatively straight. And rest your arms on your chair, or you could, if you're more flexible, you could come down to hands to blocks, or hands to the more of the seat of your chair. And so just start to find a sense of your right hip going backwards. So basically squared off hips. And then your heart, it's like your heart is wanting to reach toward your toes versus your back. If your back's kind of like rounding, maybe you need to come up a little higher. Just settle in a little deeper. Okay, and then you could have fun with this, so you can play with a little bit of balance by shifting your knee over your ankle. And this would be your modified airplane pose. If you want to test your balance, arms by your sides, airplane wings, and then maybe just lift off. It's okay to have a diagonal line in the body, and then you can just bring your foot, so ball the foot is down, or lift your knee again and test your balance. Got the chair there if you need it. And then shake it out. Again, we had the weight on the right foot. You might want to roll out your right foot. Okay. Notice how you feel before we switch sides. All right, other side. So there is that little chair pose we'll find. And arms could lift. Okay. So as you stand up, hands at your heart, maybe just lift the right heel or lift your right knee and find your core engagement and balance. And you could just simply hold the chair and step back, or play with your balance by kind of tilting your whole pelvis forwards and step back. Your right foot as far back as you can comfortably go. A little bit of space, adjust your feet so you've got enough room here. And you might scooch closer towards the chair if you think you need it. It's kind of nice, even, I know I don't need it, but it's kind of nice to just have that support at first. We're gonna engage this right glute. So just think of like tailbone tucking under, root down from core. Your core muscles engaged. Feel like there's strength going from your core all the way into the back foot. And then from there, lift your right arm. Feel that big stretch. And then lean just a little to your left. And your arm might go back a little bit more. Hopefully you feel that big stretch in the hip flexor, the psoas. And then you can take your elbow, bend it, pull back your other hand. Your left hand pulls back your right elbow. Okay. And you might lift both arms and start to scoot your feet in a little more. Lift your back heel, maybe hands on the chair for more challenge. Lift your back foot off the floor, airplane arms. So arms by your sides, make them strong. And you can just stand or bring your knee in front or ball the foot down, hands at heart, balance. Relax that. Maybe roll out your left foot. Okay. Okay. All right. So on different days you're practicing this, you can change it up. Maybe different days you add the one where you open up your arms and curl in. I'll just do that with you briefly. I've got my left foot back. On the exhale, chin comes down, back knee bends, front knee stays bent. Okay, and we can just quickly switch that. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend your back knee, curl, chin to chest. Good. Oh, and of course I forgot something too. I forgot our hamstring stretch. So we're going to keep this position. We've got the left leg in front, the right leg in back, hands on your chair. And then we get that calf stretch first. So back heel kind of turns more backwards. Settle in. See if you can find a bit of a calf stretch. Sometimes I feel it more if I bend my back knee. Okay, and then turn your toes out again. Lengthen and relax into the hamstring stretch here. You'll feel it in the back of the left leg. And there's that tilt that, versus your back being rounded, there's that tilt like your tailbone's going up and away. And remember, you can have your hands on the seat of the chair on the blocks. Okay, then come on up, bend your front knee, step back in, shake it out. All right, so the next one is called I call it the L-shaped pose. And you can do it with your chair, or if you've got desktop, a sync works really well. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to just move some of my padding so you can see how my hands are on my chair. I'm just going to walk my feet back, ankles pretty much under the hips. And then you could just bend one knee at a time. This feels really good in the lower back. I also feel this in my chest and shoulders. And you could hold it. One leg straight, one leg bent a moment. This is like a nice adaptation of downward facing dog. If it's in your practice to do a forward fold, sometimes I'll just rest my elbows on my knees. That can feel good. We'll just roll ourselves up. We're going to finish off with another standing pose. Actually, we'll just keep it simple. We'll just keep it simple with some side bends. So legs rather wide. And let's just keep the toes turned out. Knees in line with the toes and top arm. So I'm having, if I'm mirroring you, I have my left hand coming down, my left leg, my right arm up and over. So it's just sort of a modified side bend, kind of like a triangle pose, but a little bit modified. Inhale back up. And switch sides, right hand to the right thigh. I do naturally kind of turn my left toes in a bit, but do what feels right for you. Just this nice, big side stretch. Come on up. If you want to be fancy, heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in. Shake it out. And a little tiny bit of balance. So feet nice and parallel. Find a focal point for your eyes and lift your heels on the inhale. Inhale more at the top. And exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Just as much as feels good. Exhale down. Last one. Great. And have your hands steady. We'll just finish off with a little bit of balance and mobility. So if you wanted more balancing challenge, no hand on the chair. And we just take this right knee, and you can just do these little mini rotations, kind of like we did earlier, or you could actually lift your knee up in front, open it up, and bring it back down. Just making these kind of circles. Another way. And if you wanted to challenge yourself, you could find your tree, foot to inner leg, and push. And maybe hands to heart. Find your focal point for your eyes. Breathe. Maybe extend the arms. And then you come out of it the way you came into it. Ankle, you might bring the hands down. Ankle under knee, knee in front. Big breath in, maybe straighten the leg, have fun, and shake that out. Good. Finishing off on the other side, find your balancing support on the other side if you need it. Take your left knee and just make some circles. Maybe actually lift your knee in front, open it out. Other way. Knee out to the side, to the front, use your core. This feels good. And then open up your knee. So knee in front, knee out, place your foot maybe to the calf, just so it's not on your knee. Anywhere is fine really besides the knee. Hips square. Maybe you have your hands at your heart. Extend your tree branches, or you might still have some balancing support. Deep breaths. And to come out of it, maybe hands come down, ankle under knee, knee in front, maybe extend the leg, have fun, and shake it out. Last time with the tennis ball. And I always like to have some little calming moment, even if it's not that long. So you might sit, and let's do that breath again. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale down. And again. Last one. Bow towards your heart. Find what you want to focus on today. A positive intention, word, feeling. And we honor the light and ourselves and each other. Namaste. Thank you.